right. So welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's been a busy week, a lot of things going on. My name is Evey Schweig.
And I'm Mary Ellen Zung.
And we are both certified holistic health coaches with a common passion for educating, guiding, and inspiring people to live their very best lives through healthy lifestyle choices. So this TAKE20 program is a way for us to share current health topics in a short 20 minutes that will help you to improve your health.
Yeah, and by participating in this program, we hope to inspire you to take steps to live your best life.
Right, exactly. And in this and future topics, we'll discuss ways for you to improve your health through eating a healthier diet, upping your physical activity, maybe getting better sleep, maintaining healthy relationships, looking at your career, and discussing stress management.
Yeah, and if you've missed the monthly topics in the past and want to check them out, you can find all the recordings every month on our Facebook group, Tips for a Healthy Lifestyle with Evey and Mary Ellen, or on our YouTube channel. It's called TAKE20 Tips.
Right.
So today we're going to be chatting about what are toxins and why they're harmful to our bodies. We're also going to be addressing the organs of detox. What are they? Especially the liver, and why detoxing our bodies is so important. And also where toxins can be found in our food and homes. And we'll also be telling you a bit more about our Metamorphosis emotional support and detox program coming up next week.
Right, right. And Miriam, maybe I'll just say a little bit something about the program before we start, because I feel it's so important in this COVID environment, right? So as you mentioned, it's called the Metamorphosis Emotional Support and Detox. And it is especially designed to target the unique emotional and physical toxins that we're facing during this unprecedented time we're living through in this COVID pandemic. And for this reason, we've incorporated a live introduction to the program, an emotional support element through Zoom sessions for the first 5 days. And then it's followed by a 5-day detox with new added recipes. So we've designed a complete program guide and workbook that we'll all work along together, along with a Metamorphosis cookbook with over 30 plant-based recipes for you to enjoy.
Right, right. And Evey mentioned new recipes. So we have done this spring detox for the past couple of years. But as Evey mentioned, we've really redesigned it for this COVID environment and added a whole other element of emotional support. So I remember just one person last year saying, just writing me this testimonial and saying, anyone that's stuck in a rut should try this program. She felt confident and in charge after the detox, and she felt in control. She lost weight, even though it's not like a weight loss program. Most of our program participants lose weight and bloat. She didn't feel deprived, and she felt motivated to continue to make better choices. So that's the whole idea. So she told me that, when you feel good about yourself, you're better to others. So that's, for me and Evey, that's just so amazing to hear somebody say that.
And that's just example from one person, right? We've heard that from multiple people as well.
It really inspires us to keep doing this kind of
work. Keeps us going.
Yeah.
And inspires us to do new ones, right?
Yeah. So we'll give you some more details of the detox at the end of the program here tonight. And we've included our email and our websites. So if you want to contact us directly with any questions, you can do that.
Right, exactly. So maybe we should just get back to today's topic.
Let's do it.
Toxins, right? That can be found all around us. Toxins can be made by man, or they can occur naturally in our environment. Both types, though, can cause harm to our bodies, especially with high exposures, right? And they can negatively affect our health. So these chemicals are in the foods we eat, it's in the air we breathe, and the products we buy. And we'll address all of these. But before we get into where these dangerous substances are found, let's talk a little bit about how they affect our health.
Yeah, I mean, toxins literally poison our bodies in many ways. A chemical overload in our bodies can interfere with enzymes and hormones so they don't work properly. And enzymes speed up chemical reactions, which helps our cells perform their jobs, such as breaking down other proteins into amino acids. Right. And generally, when we think of hormones, we think of PMS and mood swings, but they affect us in so many more ways than that. They're important for regulating hunger and satisfaction. They're important with stress and fertility. You've heard of cortisol, right? That's stress hormone. They really affect pretty much everything in our bodies. So toxins can permanently damage our DNA, which can increase the rate of aging as well.
And cause illness, right?
For sure, yeah. So the best way for the body to defend against toxins is by understanding where toxins live in our food, our home, our environment, and limiting our exposure to them and giving our organs of detox support to optimize our health.
Right. Right. So let's talk a little bit about where these harmful toxins live and how we can avoid them, shall we? So we are very acutely aware of the pathogenic viruses in the air that we've all seen through this COVID pandemic, right? But there are other toxins that we breathe into our lungs every day. For instance, manufacturing plants, coal plants, car exhausts, airplane fuel, heavy metals, asbestos, chimney smoke, and even our summertime chimeneas that we enjoy all put out pollutants into the air that we breathe. And it's amazing to see during this COVID pandemic, the decrease in air pollution that's occurred. There's been less manufacturing, fewer cars on the road, less air travel. So recent studies have actually shown that the pollution levels has gone down by about 60% since the beginning of the year when the coronavirus first struck. That's amazing.
Yeah. So we've talked broadly about the toxins that can be found outside in the air we breathe, but let's look at how toxins that can be found even closer to home, in fact, in our home. So there are things like our home cleaning products, right? Many of these products, which are manufactured to keep our homes clean, contain chemicals and additives that have been shown to interfere with our hormones and our potential carcinogens.
Ironic.
There can also be toxins in the pesticides and herbicides that we use on our lawns and gardens, but also in the fruits and vegetables that we eat, right? We also have personal hygiene products like shampoos and soaps and lotions and conditioners. They have ingredients, some of which are known or suspected carcinogens and that are toxic to the reproductive system or known to disrupt the endocrine system. So to avoid additional contaminants, I always look for products that are free from things like parabens, phthalates, and fragrances too.
Right, and it's interesting because when people see fragrance, they think, oh, that's natural. But fragrance is actually a synthetic version of the scent, right? So we have to be careful about that. So what are other things? What about makeup and beauty products? It's amazing our government doesn't require health studies or pre-market testing for the chemicals that are in makeup, which means that the cosmetic companies can use any ingredient or raw material in their products without government review or approval. So many makeup brands contain ingredients, many that you just mentioned, Mary Ellen, such as the phthalates, the parabens that are preservatives, and then even a pesticide, triclosan, which can be found in hand cleansers that we use, the antibacterial hand cleansers, or hand soaps, I should say. The triclosans are potential hormone disruptors and can cause health problems. And even sunscreens have problems. There are two types of sunscreen that we can buy. One actually uses chemicals to block the effect of the sun's radiation on our skin. And some of these chemicals have been found to mimic or block hormones. Another type of sunscreen is one that uses a physical block. It uses either zinc dioxide or titanium dioxide to actually physically block the sun's rays from getting to our skin. We're finding now that these are the ones that are actually safer for us, and there's a lot more coming out on the market.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's great. Let's talk about water.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a really
absolutely
tough, controversial topic, but you know, plastic water bottles, they're just such a convenient way to have fresh water at hand. But bottled water is regulated by the FDA. It's and the FDA's regulation is more concerned with transportation, plant safety, labeling of the bottles, not actually what's inside of them. And there's also been a concern that the chemicals in the plastic are leaching into the bottled water.
Yeah.
So if you're presently using plastic water bottles, we recommend you stop buying them and make this an easy switch by investing in a stainless steel or a glass water bottle to carry your water with you wherever you go. Most of that water that's in the bottle is from municipal water anyway.
Right.
So if you're concerned about the quality of your municipal water, you might also consider installing a filter on your tap or use a water pitcher with a filter in it. I just got my water report the other day in the mail, so I can't wait to read it.
What did it say? Oh, you haven't read it yet? Oh my goodness. Yeah,
I'm the only one that reads it in my town. I don't know. Hopefully other people do.
That's great. I don't think we get
Nancy,
one.
you
All right,
read it,
Nancy,
right?
good job. Oh, we actually have a water filter on our tap, but then sometimes I actually double filter it just so that I have it on the counter to remind me to drink it. So yeah, exactly. So you were talking about bottles and how some of the plastics can leach into the water. It's especially bad if the bottles are left out, say in a hot car or something like that, where plastic can start breaking down. But other food containers that are plastic aren't so great either. They can also break down over time with many uses and potentially contaminate the food that's inside of them. So for this reason, I avoid washing plastic containers in the dishwasher. I used to do it, and now that I know better, I've stopped doing that. And always, always transfer food into a plastic container if it's going into the microwave, because studies have shown that the particles can break down from the waves. And better yet, if you have something and you're storing it in plastic, transfer it into a glass storage container. Cans are also an issue. We should be very careful about food cans when we buy them from the grocery store. Bisphenol A, also known as BPA, can be found in the lining of food cans. It protects the food from touching the metal, but these liners have been linked to health problems. And many companies have publicly pledged to stop using BPA for this reason. So we will actually include a link to the Environmental Working Group's website. They're a watchdog site for the public. We'll post something on our Facebook page over the next couple of days to one of their listings that lists companies that do not use that BPA in their cans. And we'll post that on our group page, Tips for a Healthy Lifestyle with Evey and Mary Ellen.
Yeah. So I just want to talk a little bit about the foods. You know, our food can become contaminated with toxins even before they're put into storage containers or cans, with, of course, the chemicals and the fertilizers that can be found in produce, because they're being exposed to these things while they're growing. And that's why, sometimes people think that just peeling a vegetable like a potato, that's not going to fix the problem. And in fact, the peel has the most nutrition. Right. So you want to get your potatoes organic, because
and fiber.
And the fiber, right? The chemicals and the pesticides get into the water table, and it's grown into the fruit or vegetable. So one way to limit our exposure to these toxins is by consuming organic produce. And again, a great tool for understanding what should be bought organic and what's safe to buy without the organic label is the Environmental Working Group's list of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15, and it goes beyond that. And as Evie said, we'll post that as well on our Facebook page. But that's easy to look up, and I actually have an app on my phone with the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. So it's real easy in the grocery store to just check that out.
To double check.
But you know, it's impossible to eliminate all the toxins around us. But the good news is that, you know, our body has the ability to eliminate a certain amount of toxins naturally through the special, you know, organs of detox. And these include our liver and kidney, as well as other organs of the digestive system, which shuttle toxins from the body. And the skin also plays a major role in expelling toxins through sweat.
Right, exactly. So the problem can be, though, when these organs, especially the liver, get overwhelmed because they're being bombarded by this vast amount of toxins that we're exposed to every day. And this time of year, in the spring, the best thing we can do for our health is to transition to this season in a way that supports the natural energy of the liver. So first, we want to take away any distractions from the liver so that it can concentrate on that detoxing. And by removing those pesticides that Mary Ellen mentioned and the inflammatory foods from our diet, maybe eating lighter seasonal foods and drinking clean, detoxifying drinks, our liver gets a break from those daily toxins that we take in through our diet.
Yeah, and so Evie and I feel so passionately about this that we wanted to create a program that would help others learn and benefit from this healthy way of living and eating. And we've talked about the importance of the liver for detoxification, but according to traditional Chinese medicine, also eating springtime foods is the best way to support the liver and keep it healthy. And our philosophy is to feed our body the nutrients and healthy whole foods it needs to continually detox naturally. So not overburdening our organs of detox. So we're getting towards the end. So maybe we should explain some of the specifics of our program.
I think that's a great idea.
How it does this.
Wonderful.
So
Mary Ellen, who's the program for? Maybe you could start with that.
So the program is really for anyone who wants to feel more confident transitioning through the COVID pandemic stages, because we do have this emotional support to sort of lighten us up and get in touch with our emotions. You know, sometimes we're so bogged down with the news and what's going on in the world. And so we're going to have a support group for the first 5 days. And it's also anyone that wants to get off the diet roller coaster, right? If you've been dieting for years, you know, Evie and I don't believe in diets, right?
Absolutely not.
Finding your new relationship with food. And again, we believe in the whole food and eating with the season. So we'll teach you how to do that. It's also great for anyone who wants to better manage their stress and clear their brain fog, because we're going to have that emotional support. And the foods that you're going to be eating are going to help lower the stress levels as well. Also, anyone that wants more energy, because you're going to be eating nutrient-dense foods. You're not going to be eating the things that bog your body down.
This is not a liquid detox, right? Not juicing.
Not liquid. You're going to be using a fork and knife and a spoon.
Right.
And crunching and
and chewing.
Chewing, very important, chewing. And it's really for anyone who wants to take control of their health and feel better. And you've got 2 coaches to support you the whole time.
Right, exactly. So when you sign up, you will receive an agenda and a Zoom link for those discussion groups that Mary Ellen was mentioning. You will receive a comprehensive program guide, and we've added in some worksheets. So during those Zoom sessions, we'll actually get to work together on those worksheets to help kind of help you focus on what it is that you want to achieve and how to go about doing it. There'll be support for selecting your menu and a complete grocery shopping list and a cookbook that contains over 30 full color photos of breakfast, dinner, lunch, and snack recipes. And the program starts from June 8th, and it goes
next Monday.
Which is next Monday. Yes, thank you, for sure. And it lasts for 12 days. From the first 5 days we mentioned, there'll be 5 interactive 1-hour group sessions in the evening where you will be introduced to the program, and we'll explain what you can expect from it. We'll explore and discuss some of the issues that we're facing at home with our family, or be at work and life events. And basically, this is like having 5 coaching sessions with 2 certified health coaches. Yeah. So it's a wonderful opportunity.
We're just so excited about it.
I know.
Yeah. So that following week, after the emotional support, you know, we're going to walk you through what that looks like. And then the second week will be the whole food, plant-based nutrition plan, featuring these stress supporting, naturally detoxing ingredients. Right. And it's really going to help all the participants transition to a healthier way of eating, support your energy levels, improve your attitude, support your immune system, which is so important now. We're hearing about all the underlying conditions. We want to support our immune system. Right. And all of these things, taking care of ourselves these ways, emotionally and nutritionally, help us cope better and take care of ourselves, specifically during this time, and, you know, into the uncertain future that we're looking at.
And good health really isn't a quick fix. It's something that we do. It's a lifestyle, which is why Mary Ellen and I say that we don't believe in diets. It's the way that you approach your life and your habits and your eating habits, right? Yeah. Yeah. So the metamorphosis, it's not easy to say, metamorphosis, emotional support and detox group program starts, as I said, June 8th. And as soon as you sign up, we'll send you an email with all of the program material. We've actually included our email addresses in the chat box if you'd like to take a look there. But you can also find information on our web pages. So maybe, Mary Ellen, do you want to just kind of say your email address and web page?
Yeah, Coach Mary Ellen at outlook.com, and my website is maryellenzung.com.
And mine is evieschweig at me.com, and my webpage is evieschweig.com.
Yeah, great. And so next month, Evie and I thought we would talk about what is a CSA and how does it work. So we want to encourage everybody to get local organic produce, and so we'll be talking about
that's the way to do it.
CSA.
Wonderful. So thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure talking with you this evening. Please stay well, stay healthy. We'll open up the lines if you have any questions. Let me just do that. There we go. Did anybody have any questions? Any comments? Any surprises?
You said heating plastic, a water bottle in the car can break it down. Does freezing a plastic water bottle also break it down?
It can, for sure.
I would think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any extremes in temperatures. You know, the plastics that water bottles are in are not meant to be reused. And that's part of the problem, is that, you know, if you do reuse these, and, you know, it's catch-22, right? You don't want to have to throw plastic out, and yet this plastic is not made to be reused over and over again. So over time, it can start to just break down on its own.
The first plastic ever invented is still here.
It's amazing.
Think about that whenever you look at something plastic. Like, just try to not buy plastic. Try not to bring plastic into your home.
It's wonderful that they can recycle some of it now, but I wonder, you know, I'm not quite sure what percentage actually gets recycled and what part gets thrown into dumps or into waterways.
They say less than a third actually gets recycled.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I actually have
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, I have a quick question. People were saying, I don't know how true this is, with toxins in the body, it also causes cellulite. So they say to like eat clean, eat healthy, but then they also said it's false. So I wanted to know how true that was.
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah.
Did you understand, Miriam?
No.
Can you?
Healthy,
Yeah. So basically they were saying that there's certain nutritionists and doctors that can help get rid of the toxins because the toxins can cause cellulite in the body. And sometimes they also say that even if you eat really clean and you're on this clean, healthy diet, you're staying away from the plastics, that doesn't really help with that. So I wanted to see how true it was with toxins in the body and cellulite.
Well, I mean, there are certain chemical toxins that will never leave your body. I mean, babies are born now with an average of 8 toxins already in their body when they're born from their mother, and they'll never leave their bodies. But it's what these chemicals do to our hormones and our fat storage, for sure.
Right. So the problem with cellulite is fat storage, and that's where a lot of the toxins get stored. The body shuttles it out and it gets stored into fat reserves. I'm not sure I've ever heard that it actually causes cellulite. Cellulite, my understanding was that that's a genetic propensity. Like if you have a tendency toward it, if your mom did, then you probably will also have more of a tendency towards it. But what they might be talking about is the fact that the toxins are being stored in those fat cells.
That's where they're stored.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And any excess, you don't have to be eating sugar to, I mean, obviously if you eat sugar, any extra sugar is going to be stored in the fat cells, but also white flour, white rice, pastries, anything that's like
highly processed, highly ground.
Highly processed carbs are going to get stored as sugar in your body, and they're going right to your fat cells. Right. And that's hard to,
because some people say too, the more that they lose weight, it also it's more pronounced. So they say if you eat a healthy diet and you lose more weight, a lot of people say it's more noticeable. Because I've been on a very clean diet for a while, and I know people are saying, like you said, more genetics. Because sometimes if you gain weight, some people don't have it. And sometimes when you lose too much weight, you can notice it more.
The cellulite, you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, it could just be that if you're losing weight, you're not losing the fat in those cells. And that may be why it's more pronounced. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure about that one. That's a good question.
Well, when we lose pounds on the scale, we're also losing water weight, inflammation, and muscle too. So some of what we're losing on the scale is muscle. So,
which is why exercise is also very important to be coupled with a healthy diet if your goal is to lose some weight, because the two go hand in hand. One, you really can't do one without the other and have great success. So. Or let's say you can have success, but it's a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, Evey and I both offer complimentary health consultations, so please feel free to reach out to us.
Absolutely.
The first hour is always free, so we're happy to talk to you offline about any kind of concerns that you have.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks for the question.